So the next show we're going to be talking about is Girlish Number. This is all in alphabetical order.
Yeah. Okay. Figured.
So, let's see. Girlish Number is an anime about voice actresses. So, it's one of those industry anime where you have the newcomer to the industry, and she's trying to make a name for herself, and then she's seeing all these people who are super popular, and she ends up being in the same show with them. They have a whole bunch of lines, and she's kind of sitting there so she could be the one robot that jumps in and be like, beep, 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 welcome. And then that's all of her lines for the day. So there's been a couple other shows that I really, really liked based on this concept. And that has been Shirobako, which is not just the voice act. Well, I don't think they concentrate on the voice actresses so much. There's one character who is one, but I don't think they show a lot of that industry for it. But they do show like anime production where one person is in charge of making sure that all of the cuts or the scenes for that episode are passed out to the animators in time, and then they drive around to because a lot of studios they what do you call that? They outsource a lot of their work to different artists, and there's somebody who manages all of those scenes. Or like, oh, this scene is however many seconds long. You have to do like 300, 400 drawings for it. So here you go, and we'll come back in the next couple of days to come pick it up. So basically, her job was to manage everything that was supposed to be happening, and you get to see like bits of the CG people and bits of the voice actresses and bits of the managing and the directors and all that kind of stuff. And it was a really, really cool show that I need to get back to, but I watched like half of the first season and it was really, really good. Then there was also another show. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a show that was just voice actresses, and like it had the voice actress for Goku in the show, and
Lord.
Yeah, and a couple other really famous voice actresses, and I feel like this show Girlish Number is basically a newer version of that, but I feel like it's based towards a certain type of person.
I was about to say, are we starting to see like a trend in that? I mean, good Lord.
Yeah, I was about to ask that myself. Like, this isn't like some kind of niche subgenre of like industry type animes, is it? Like behind the scenes industry. So that's a thing, or is it becoming a thing?
It's starting to become a thing. So this is the third show in recent history that I can think of that automatically that's doing.
Because I did watch this one. And I read the description, and from the very beginning, I thought it was a little misleading because they were talking about, yes, it's, voice actor. They said that it was about voice actresses, but then in the very beginning, like the opening, they basically, the two main heroines, like they become idols essentially, or describe them as idols, and they start singing to the crowd. I'm like, oh wait, so are they voice actresses only, or are they singers? Or and they thought like maybe they're entertainers, and something was lost in translation. But then it quickly went from being idols to behind the scenes again. Like, no, they're mainly voice actresses, but they also do entertaining or like entertainment venues also, but they're mainly voice actresses.
Yes.
Yeah. And I thought it was interesting. I looked at the picture and read the description, and whenever you see like an all-female cast, it's not usually my thing, and it can be very hit or miss, but I actually enjoyed it. I could see myself watching this one.
Yeah. So compared to the other shows that I had mentioned, this show, I'm definitely putting it in third place as far as characters. A lot of these characters are kind of two-faced, where they will do the proper Japanese polite, oh, thank you, yes, senpai, blah, blah, blah. And then as soon as they turn around, they're like, oh, this jerk over here. So, I hated almost all of the characters. Like even the main girl's older brother, who's like kind of her manager and like gets her the jobs and everything, he too has the moments where he's like, oh God, why am I doing this? And I'm like, come on, is everybody like this?
Everybody's two-faced.
Yeah.
So in this show, you're not meant to like any character. You're just meant to hate them all.
Well, you haven't met everybody yet, but I feel like all the characters are going to be like that.
Possibly. And you hope they change over time, though, but you never know.
Yeah. So
I did like at the very. I only watched the first episode. I don't know how far you went, Big D.
Yes,
but same thing. At the very end, when they're having that meeting and they're talking about making her the next big star, and then everyone's maniacally laughing, and he just has his hand in his face, and he's just like regretting the whole thing. I thought it was so weird, but so funny. And the whole concept of this show seems very meta. Just like voice actors, like playing characters, talking about voice act. Like it was just really weird.
Yeah.
Playing voice actors that are voice actors.
Exactly.
In a voice acting video game.
Yo, dog, I heard you like voice actors, so we put voice actors in your voice acting.
Almost self-indulgent to a degree.
These voice actresses put on VR helmets to go into a world full of voice actors.
Yeah.
And they battle.
Well, there's one scene where, and it's very brief, and you see it, but you see like two voice actors like recording a scene, and they're just doing their job essentially. And you're just like thinking from the perspective of like the voice actor of the character. You're just like, so this person's in a booth reading a character that's reading a character in a booth for a show that they're making. It's like, it's so weird. You're just like, that's like 4 levels deep.
Let's go further down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, like you mentioned at the end of the last episode, how they were talking about like making her the next biggest star and everything. There's one show that a movie. I think it's called Millennium Actress or something like that, and I think it's about a voice actress as well. And that kind of shows like the dark side of what can happen in like Japanese culture with like idols and stuff like that. And I really hope that this doesn't take a turn like that, because
definitely could.
It definitely could, especially because the I don't think it was a director, or maybe he was a director for a different show than the one that she was working on. But
are you talking about this other show or Girlish Number?
Girlish Number. Where the two guys that they were talking, one seemed like he knew, like he wanted something from this the meeting. Like he was, I could feel like he was scheming something. And then the other guy seemed like he was kind of clueless about what's going on, but he has the money and he's like, I want to do this. And he like,
the older dude.
Yeah, and he
just seemed like an executive suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just didn't seem like he's just like, just produce the money, I don't care.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I'm worried about that girl. Like just by seeing those two people, I'm like, I feel like the younger guy's gonna like put her in some kind of situation, force her to do something, and then I feel like the older guy, if he's not just being him and he's like living life, I feel like in the back of his mind, he's just putting on that character in the back of his mind, he's gonna do something too. So I'm just paranoid because of the way the show ended. But
we're gonna be back. We're gonna be back for the end of the season. It's just like, I can't believe what happened. It's just a twist, man. Just took a twist. I couldn't handle it.
All the voice actors are dead. Everything's bad.
It was so much blood. So much blood.
Pretty much. Then you're gonna backtrack and watch how it happened.
Cat ears everywhere.
Yeah. So I'd say go ahead and check it out if you like the kind of back of the what is it?
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes industry type of
I guarantee there's some parallels to real life on that, because it seems like it's drawing from something real.
Yeah, definitely. You can definitely see that in Shirobako too. So
obviously not everything, but there's some like parallels. They tried to hit like some of the notes of what the behind the scenes industry is like really like, and they're trying to bring that in, but obviously not spoil everything, because definitely an interesting show. Better than I thought it would be.
Oh yeah. The colors are very vibrant, and I love the show.
I mean, just looking, I personally haven't watched it yet, but looking at the little like actual poster thing for it, I mean, you're saying how colorful it is. If it had like a slight hue to it, I would almost say the colorization reminds me of No Game, No Life.
I give this show a hard D. 40%.
Whoa, wow.
40.
I didn't know this was
crazy.
Oh, no, kind of extreme.
That's fine.
We no longer doing
man.
phrasing.
That's great.
I'm glad this is live. You can't take that back.
Yeah, that's like going back.
You can't.